Updating our new home is probably gonna take a while. So in today's video, I'm continuing the process of making small updates, including hanging some more pictures on the wall, completing our entryway, having all of our shutters installed, hiding all of our crowns and markers immediately, catching up on laundry, and just overall refreshing the home. You know when people say, just trust the process? Well, that's been the hardest struggle for me when deciding what I want to do and don't want to do in this new home. But before you can trust any type of process, you have to get started. And that's what I'm here to help you with today. Whether that be cleaning, organizing, inspiration, or creativity, it's all in today's video. But let's jump back quickly to last week. You will have seen me putting up all of these curtains as well as all of the paper shades, which we had ordered shutters that took about 5 weeks to come in. So this was my temporary solution. And today is the day that they are doing the install. In the office and in the kids' bedrooms, we ordered 4-inch shutters, which means they're pretty wide. I think the typical is 3-inch, but because these are large windows, if you go with a wider length shutter, it just gives you more of a view. But here they are. They've completed the install in all of the rooms, and I think they turned out so good. I did pair them with curtains. They don't completely black out the space. So if Rye's like taking a nap or something, I do have blackout curtains as well. But they definitely change up the room and just add that special character in each space. Now, I don't know a lot about window treatments, but these are a little bit more modern type shutters where they don't have the railing that goes down the middle. You actually just grab the edge of it in order to open and close it. So they are a little bit different than a traditional shutter. Next, I'll show you Sailor's bedroom, and I had curtains up here. They were pink and white, and the pink curtains kind of bothered me a bit because they didn't match the pink color on her tuffed bed. So what I'm going to do is rehang the curtains, and I think that I did take off the pink velvet curtains, and I'm just going to use the white sheer curtains to hang back up. And then whenever I come back around and redo all the rooms, I'll probably change these up again. So this is the office space that looks out in front of the house, and I did move that blue couch in here because I'm completely redoing our movie / game / playroom. But I love them here. I can move the tops in the bottom where I can shut the bottom and then just like creep out the top in case I want to see who's at the door or which package is getting delivered today. And then lastly, this is Savannah's room, and all of these shutters do open so that you can clean them easy. So it made a big difference, but also I went a little bit crazy on Prime Day and I ordered a bunch of stuff. So I got this advertised to me, this home ceramic spray. You're supposed to spray it on your refrigerator because the refrigerator that we got just had so many fingerprints. So I'm going to test it out, see if it works. These floor grippers, I don't know if y'all have seen them, and you attach them to your rugs so that your rug doesn't slip so much. So these were kind of going viral. So I decided to go ahead and order these along with a new rug for the entryway. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this rug. I did get the Chris Loves Julia Loli rug. I got this that's what I got it in, 3x5, and it's a sage green. For some reason, I've been obsessing over green colors, and really trying to bring in a lot more earthy tones. So whenever I do my living room makeover, our patio makeover, our movie room makeover, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already so you get updates whenever those room transformations are done. But for our living room, I did order this brand of rugs. They're affordable. I got them on, well, the living room rug I got on Wayfair. This one I got on Amazon on Prime Day. They are wool rugs, so they're going to shed a bit, but they're really good quality for the price. And it looks really good. I will say that I have become somewhat of a bougie buyer, but one thing I don't spend a lot of money on is rugs, because no matter what type of rug you have, I mean, I just feel like they don't last very long, or maybe it's because we have a bunch of kids and stuff. But this one was, for the thickness of it and for the quality, I think that this was a really good price. Every time I open up something, I get super nervous, but it's just that right color of green where it's not too green and it's not too plain, so that not everything in our house is just all the same organic colors, but this just gives it a pop of color without being overbearing. So next I'm going to test these rug grippers. So they do have one side that says that it goes on the rug and one side that goes on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and add these here, and then whenever we do our playroom or movie room, I'm also going to add those on the rug that I got over there as well. And my review on these are that they work pretty good. They work good on hardwood floors. I do have them on my carpeted floor in the movie room, like I said, and it doesn't stick as well on the carpet, but it does really well on the wood floor. So I'm trying to get a close-up picture so you can see the color. There's just so much light coming in, but the color and the thickness is just, again, I do like this rug a lot. So this is one of my biggest pet peeves, the number of fingerprints, and just, you can see it up close and it's even worse in person. And I knew that this was probably going to happen when we went with this refrigerator that doesn't have any handles, but I guess Amazon or somebody read my mind, and I bought this thing that is supposed to help. It's like a coating for mirrors and stainless steel, and it's supposed to work magic. And the way that you use it is that you first wash all of the surfaces really well. So that's what I'm doing here, making sure that there's no fingerprints or anything on here. And then you dry it really well, and then you use that spray and you spray a good amount all over the area, and then you're supposed to wipe it up fairly quickly. So then that is supposed to be like the coating on it. And so my overall review on that is that I was a little bit disappointed. It did not work. I expected it to work magic and you could just like rub your fingers all over, lick the fridge, do whatever kids do, and that it would just stay clean 100% of the time. Or it would just not have the fingerprints on it. And either I'm doing something wrong or it just doesn't work magic like I thought and wanted it to. I did do two different I did it two different times, and I might even do it a couple more times. So basically you spray it all over the refrigerator, wherever you're going to spray it on. And then it comes with this cloth, and you're supposed to, I think it says you're supposed to like go up and down with wiping it off. And then you get the really dry part, and then you have to do little circles around to make sure that it's all the way off. And then you let it sit for about 2 hours. After you let it sit, and I guess settle for a couple of hours, then you shouldn't have any smudges or anything like that. I did it this day, and then I started like touching it, and now I'm like, why isn't this working? Well, I did it a second time the next day, and it does help a little bit, but I guess, I was expecting just to like it not be anything. So I guess it does work a little bit, but it just, it doesn't work 100%. So next we'll go back to Sailor's bedroom. We did end up hanging this on her dresser. This used to be in our living room, that huge mirror, and we ended up hanging it in her room. So what I'm actually going to do is move some of the stuff in the playroom into her bedroom. It is going to be all of the Barbies because the playroom is going to be more of a movie room. There's going to be some toys in there, but it's not going to be a full-on toy room. Now, I used to be against toys in the bedroom only because if they made a mess in one room, I felt like it was easier just to clean it up in that one room and opposed to like going to 3 to 4 different rooms and just toys everywhere. But now that they're getting a little bit older, I like having them separated because at this age, oh my gosh, they fight so much. I mean, that's just what you do as siblings, I assume. So I can kind of separate them and have them each go to their room and play separately for a bit whenever they are just going at each other. But also I wanted this room to feel more of a movie room, I guess you can say, opposed to a toy room, but there are still going to be toys in there. But anyway, whenever I post that transformation video, you'll see more about what we did in there. But long story short, we're moving some of her toys in her bedroom. It doesn't look great. It looks a little cluttered, but whatever. It's just, you got to trust the process. So I've been pretty obsessed with wanting to get everything done as fast as possible, knowing that there is a process involved with getting set up. Sometimes I just tell Chris, I want all of this to be set up. Or when something comes in, I'm like, you need to hang it right away. We need to do this. We need to get this done. We need to order this. And he's just like, slow down, Michelle. It's a process. And just like with anything in life, I feel like nowadays we're so used to getting that instant gratification, having everything done, getting it over with, and we forget that there's actually a lot of joy in the process. That is where you grow. That is what life is. Life is the process, whether we want to go through that or accept that or not. Now, I remember when I first started to organize my home was just chaotic. I didn't have time. I didn't care about the organization of it. There were other things that I was focused on. A very determined person. So you can be very determined, driven, and still have chaos just going on in your life. I was watching all of these organizing shows that came on Netflix, and I just thought, I want somebody to come and do that for me. I just want to have it done for me so I don't have to worry about it. But I just remember thinking, if I didn't learn how to, one, not only do it myself, but two, how to maintain it, then I wouldn't care enough to keep it maintained. And as our family started growing, the harder the maintaining it got and the more important the system and the process and the organization I feel like needed to happen. I always saw myself as a working mom, not a homemaker, so there had to be some give and take there. Now, when I decided to start filming the processes, it was very embarrassing. I never said out loud that it was embarrassing, that I have kind of lost control of maintaining my home. And it was always because I was working and I was busy and I was trying to figure out motherhood, but that's kind of how it was for all of us. I was pretty embarrassed, but I never actually said that out loud. So I started to get on the path, not because I wanted people to think that I had it all together, but to figure out how to be less overwhelmed because of all the things that I had going on. And now that I'm a few years in, I'm so glad that I went on the path and I did it myself. It was the harder way to go, opposed to just hiring someone to do everything for me. And when I decided to pick up the camera and to start sharing some of the more vulnerable things about me, which was homemaking, it was not business, it was not work, it was not drive or anything like that. It was homemaking was my vulnerable moment. I didn't fully know that it was going to turn into this awesome community that it has. YouTube has become a creative outlet. It's become a business. It's become an amazing community and has definitely transformed our lives. This spring, I launched the YouTube Power Program, where I teach how to create a successful YouTube channel. And I'm excited to announce that I'm opening up some more spots this fall. I'd love to have you join if you're interested. So go ahead and download the free YouTube Power Kit that will get you on my email list, and you will get announcements on when we are launching. So it's not affiliated with YouTube, but it is the strategies that I have used to grow on YouTube. But I am finishing up in Rye's room and getting some of his pictures hung on the wall.
I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old side, blinded by the lights. And I'm going through changes, but it's easier with you. I'm going through changes.
So speaking of Rye, not my little angel baby coloring all over the brand new walls. Trust me, we've already had words and I've already processed this, but not that he really understands. He will be 2 next week, but in that cabinet, which I shared in last week's video, I organized some art stuff and a couple of toys. I said I was going to put them away, and I don't know how he got them, but somehow he climbed up, got some, and decided that that was a nice place to color. But Magic Eraser is a miracle worker. It got everything out. If all else failed, we had extra paint, but I didn't feel like getting the paint out. So next, I'm going to do some laundry, get caught up on that, and then get the house cleaned up a bit. So next week I said was Rye's birthday. So for his second birthday, we're actually going camping. Or I wouldn't say camping, I would say glamping, because we are renting a little cabin. And if you're not familiar with glamping, I would say it's glamorous camping. I think that is the term used for it. Speaking of, I have been camping before, and I wouldn't say that I am a camper. I wouldn't say that's my thing. That's not my jam. I mean, it's hot. There's bugs everywhere. It's just, you got to pee in the woods. Some people enjoy that. Actually, let me know. Are you a camper? Do you like camping, or do you not like camping? I would say I'm more of a resort type person. And this trip, I decided, we've been to a lot of the resorty type places around where we live and like a couple hours away. So I decided that we are going to do this camping thing. We're going with a group of people. So I'm hoping that it turns out okay. Although we are staying in a cabin with a bathroom. It has a water park. It has like a bunch of fun stuff. So hopefully it'll be a cool experience. So I actually called this place. I called the camping place, and I'm talking to the lady because I might had to have changed the number of people in our room, and I'm like, so what are all the restaurants there? And she's like, well, we don't really have a bunch of restaurants. And mind you, this is like a big campground place. Like, it's like a resort. I don't know how to explain it. Like a resort-ish type park where there's amenities, activities, and, you know, a pool. There's a water park. Like, there's a bunch of stuff there. And I'm like, there's no restaurants? And she's like, well, I mean, there's a grill in your cabin. If I were you, I would just bring a bunch of food. And I told Chris, he's like, Michelle, it is camping. And I'm like, well, oh yeah, I guess you have to cook and stuff. But anyway, I'm not giving it away that I'm not a good camper. But I feel like living in this house has prepared me for the bugs. If you haven't seen on my Instagram, I've shared like several photos of the bugs are just, we're not on property, but we are, you know, we back up to the greenery area. And we have a lot bigger backyard than in our old house, and the bugs are crazy. Like, we have had wolf spiders, which are like, I mean, they're just ginormous. If you saw my kitchen organization video, you saw them. You saw them on the, I showed it in that video. And when we were cleaning out our patio, we had a black widow spider, and I'm just like not prepared. I'm not prepared for country living, I guess you can say. But we do have someone who comes, like the first day that we moved in, the bugs are so bad. I talked to our neighbor and she's like, he's an exterminator, but he comes with like a hazmat suit and just fogs the yard. And like, there's just dead bugs everywhere. And I'm like, I need him to come right now. So they actually did come. So I do have someone who comes and sprays just our yard. But if you haven't seen any of my recent videos of this new house, that's our backyard. So it's like so beautiful, but I just underestimated the bugs. But again, just trust the process. I'm adjusting. I'm going to be a bug lady one day. Not really, but I will accept them a little bit more. Also, another thing when cleaning is that we have so much glass in our house, windows, everything. That is also an adjustment here. But I'm showing you the refrigerator one more time because I showed that product earlier and I have sprayed it a couple of times, and I'm going to go ahead and do a whole nother coat of that on there. And like I said, I think the more coats that I do, the better it gets, but overall it still leaves fingerprints.
Hey, I've been dreaming about you. Every night I see you clear as day. It's just something about the way you make me feel, 'cause I can't concentrate anytime you're beside me. What you do to me, I can barely breathe. Hey, I've been thinking about you and all the words that I'm gonna say the next time that I see your pretty face, 'cause I can concentrate anytime you're beside me.
It's hard to see a little bit here, but we have water spots all over the glass. We have really hard water. I have yet to get a water softener, so I'm cleaning up all the water spots here. I need a squeegee. In our last house, we never had to squeegee the glass, which is weird, but I think because we had the water softener that it just helps so much with all the spots and stuff. But for glass cleaner, I usually use non-toxic products. I mean, I'm like 80% non-toxic, or try to be, and then 20% whatever products that work very well, but probably not the best products. But Chris had this, he used to use it in his work, and he had that spray, and it actually does work really well. So I started using it, but I will get some more glass cleaner. I actually ran out of glass cleaner. But again, the bathtub, if you see the ring around there, like that is, it's from the water. Like, I give the kids bath. I'm not a bath person, but I do give the kids baths, or Rye, he'll take a bath in here every once in a while, and then it leaves the water ring. So top of my agenda, I do need to get a water softener for here. So also next on my list is that I need hardware for all of the cabinets because these drawers are actually pretty hard to open. So I have been looking high and low everywhere, and I love the Studio McGee style. So I'll look, and then of course their hardware is so expensive. So what I did was I found some on Etsy, and a lot of y'all recommended Hobby Lobby. I have not had a chance to go to Hobby Lobby. On our old bathroom cabinets, our knobs, those knobs were from Hobby Lobby, and I forgot about that. So I am going to make a trip out there and see if I can find something really cool for the bathrooms. For the kitchen, I did order a couple. Like this is a dupe from one of the McGee & Co.'s home, one of the things they shared on Instagram. So I found it on Etsy, and I'm kind of comparing. I have a couple that I've ordered, and I like the one with the back plate. So the color is a little bit different. And when you go with gold, it is so difficult to get a style you like where you can match the same color, gold, brass, whatever, because there's so many different shades of it. So I think I'm going to order the one with the back plate. But if I order those, obviously I'll keep everyone updated. Next, we hung all of our, I don't know if I've shared that. We hung all of our chandelier lights, lantern-ish lights, up in the entryway. And since our console table came in for the living room, which I'll share that in a living room video, I'm going to kind of move this console table back to the entryway and then hang up the mirror and then just kind of get this area set up a bit.
A couple hours from Japan, would you stay awake? I'm losing touch of who I am when you're far away. And I feel like I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while, but I want you close. Ooh, closer than before. And no one knows that I want you close. I'm not overthinking feelings, I just need you to know that I want you close. Ooh, closer than before. I know that we've been through a lot, now we're hiding in the crowd. I'll be whatever you want me to be, you know I'm on your side. And I feel like I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while, but I want you close.
So lastly, I'm going to kind of use some of the vases and flowers or floral arrangements that I had and just put them on there. Like I said, I have not had time to go shopping for anything. We still have stuff in storage too, some decorations and stuff. But for now, I'm just going to set everything up with what I have. I might get some olive branches or, I don't know, change up the vases a bit. But right now, like I said, I just want to get something set up here. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I'll be sharing some room makeovers in the next couple of videos, so be sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and I will see y'all next week.
My feelings broken first.